Good morning, race fans. This is Terry Fox with Redding Video Productions. It's Saturday morning, November 11th, 1989, and we're getting ready for the second round of qualifying today at Firebird International Raceway in Chandler, Arizona. This morning we're putting a little different twist on the program. We're going to start out with the first round of blown gas flat bottoms, and then we're going to go from there, I believe, to blown gas hydroplanes. So stand by. We'll be back with the wild and exciting world of drag boat racing in just a minute. Okay, we're in our first round this morning of competition flat bottoms.
Number 170 in the left-hand lane and boat number 15 in the right. Boat number 170 ran a 9:03 and at 120.32. Right-hand lane a 7:87 at 124.48. We have just moved in to the competition flat bottom class, comp flat. Boat number 170 is the final. Say we're in the comp flat qualifying on this. There is two records up for grabs here. Jr., the driver of that Destination Unknown boat in the right-hand lane. He did get there first, but he got there on a red light, boat number 622, sponsored by Manhattan Van and Storage, Cars Mufflers, Manhattan Beach Auto Parts, and special thanks to Bob Meyer, George Trevitt.
Left lane, the Night Moves machine. Bob Raber goes through with an 8:23 at 123 miles an hour, all the way from Wiley, Texas to come race with us this weekend. And Gary Bergeron, I just got
2 and 3, please. Lanes 2 and 3 for Pro Gas Hydro. Coming up in the right-hand lane, 682 Liquid Fever. Right-hand lane getting there first. A super reaction time. Just cut the lights right on. His ET not quite what it should be, though. I don't think a 907, 118.89.
Left lane, the Fat Rat, John White, in boat number 488, stops the clock 9:23 at 1:12.92.
As I said, we're in the Carver out of West Covina. It's a Canyon Marine boat, 465 cubic inches of Rodeck power. In the right-hand lane did not make it. Boat number 765 didn't make the leg on the record. 135.95 his mile an hour at 7.77 his ET. That's the short shot. Mike Werner, the owner and driver of that boat. Left-hand lane, Dave Flores driving that Canyon Marine boat. The Other Woman was the name of it. Boat number 49, left lane, a 852, 119.52 the mile an hour on that boat. Proto Metals. Right lane, 754, running wild.
Just a swinging in the left side, 323. And just a swinging, Mike Bybee, the owner, Randy Fox, was doing the driving. Canyon Marine flat bottom from Dallas, Texas. 8:19 at 125.34 on the left side.
Dino Mike Consoletto not making the record on that one. 136.98 his mile an hour. 763 his ET. Man, the ET is right. Door sales and Don's Fiberglass is special.
Okay, we got first round of comp, hydro, okey stroker, and bad to the bone.
Gary, who do you got in the left lane? In the left-hand lane, it's Steve Deedy, boat number 248, bad to the bone.
Comp Hydro right lane getting there first. It was a red light effort at time 7:51 at a speed of 1:43.08 for the Okie Stroker, boat 407.
Making a good run, Steve Deedy in his Beanie Boat, Ron Gross Chevrolet 460-inch power, sponsored by Deedy Construction. 741 his ET, 145.16 the mile an hour. Good run for him. Boat number 248, Baz of the Bone, was in the left-hand lane. Coming up, coming up in the left-hand lane, boat number 346, Ron Cook.
Charge coming from the left side, but it was the right lane getting there first with the time of 7:62, 141.50 for the Public Enemy 919 boat.
Coconut made it down the track of the 759, 144.23. Coming up in the left-hand lane, it's the qualifier. No.
Okay, we got Jack Key and 808 jacking around. The other one's Liquid Assets. Comp Hydro's a pair approaching the lights.
Left lane, a 728, a 728, 149.25 is mile an hour for Jack Key in the jacking around boat, boat number 808 in the left lane.
Boy, he wasn't jacking around with that pass, no doubt about it. The Liquid Assets machine, number 909 in the right lane, with a 9.20 at 118.73 miles an hour. All blown at the premise.
Okay, Thriller and Fair Warning, another pair of Comp Hydros approaching the starting line.
Machine, Bill Bierman out of Salinas. The Thriller in the right lane, boat 409 with a 7.46 at 143.54. The Skaza Salinas Motor Parts L&M machine, Bertelli Brothers, Larry Dixon sponsored. Crew members Alan, Jared, Pam, Cindy and Ryan, the Victorian Drag Boat Club, Day Racing Crew, Ian, Colin, Kim and Alan. Special thanks to Ron Deeds Racing and just with that Thriller crew.
In the right-hand lane, or in the left-hand lane, I'm sorry about that, left-hand lane was the Fair Warning boat, boat number 628. Doug McClure, the owner-driver. McClure Farms, the sponsors, along with Owen Racing Products and Howard Harmon Racing Engines. A 776, the ET for the Fair Warning boat, 145.39 the speed on that last run. For the record backup, he ran a 718. He's got to run a 725. Left-hand lane, pay attention, the 34 boat, the U-Haul, going for record.
Up in U-Haul.
Right lane, Top Secret, boat 683, a 777 at 138.03. He had the quicker ET, but boy, I'll tell you, it was a tight light out of the right side there, Gary.
Yes, it was. He was running it really tight. Kenny Pollock in the left-hand lane in the U-Haul boat did not make the backup on the record. He needed a 725. He ran a 740, a 740. 146.34 was the mile an hour for the U-Haul boat in the left lane. 20 in the left-hand lane. Comp Hydro.
Okay, the last pairing to qualify first round in Comp Hydro's Rapid Fire. 899 in the right lane and boat number 120 Duel in the Sun on the right. And here they come approaching the light. They got the green.
Fire, boat 899 out of the right side with a 777 at 142.85 miles an hour. Driver's test. Driver's test. All those people interested in getting another driver's test.
Left-hand lane, getting there first, a 836, I'm sorry, that's an 836, 118.26.
The Harry machine, boat 789 in the right lane with a 855 ET and a 115.82. Yeah, that boat sounded kind of different. That's one of those 180-degree cranks. Tell us about those.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
EPD.
Okay, our second round in Comp Jet is boat 704, Strictly Business in the left lane, 190, Sweet Revenge is in the left, and they're approaching the lights.
Sweet Revenge, 190 out of the right line. For the Sweet Revenge boat, number 190 out of the right side with an 855 at a 113.63 mile an hour pace. That was the Diane and Wade Stokeham owned, Wade Stokeham driven Tucson, Arizona based California Performance, Larry's Engine and Marine Chevrolet. And they were sponsored, of course, by All Valley Wrecker, AT&T, the right choice, and Howell Fuel, along with the information that the boat is for sale, so you can see Wade in the pits. Left-hand lane, boat number 704, the Strictly Business boat, an 830 his ET, 121.95 his mile an hour. Boat number 704 was...
Okay, we got boat number 153 and boat 94. Still Comp Jet category. First round qualifying Saturday morning.
Gary, looks like your boat got there first, the 153 Never Satisfied machine. He ran through a 901, 111.80 his mile an hour. Bob Colbert, Never Satisfied, Colbert Construction out of Ontario, one of the sponsors. 044, the 44 special of Jay Weed in Mesa, Arizona is where he hails from. Wilkie's Performance, the base of the sponsor of the 044 44 special. And of course,
you're wrong on that. Boat 94, not
961 at 103.56 miles an hour.
Now, once again, that was not 044, it was boat 94. These are jet boats, not flat bottoms.
Jade built the engine.
Okay, here we
Remember,
come.
it's Peter and Teresa.
Set of boats, one Destiny and unaffordable.
In the left lane, getting there first, and it looked like boat 8080, the breakaway machine. We have the wrong card on that. I'm sorry. Breakaway is the name of the boat. Lauren Lutz out of North Vernon. It's a Texas tunnel boat. He ran through an 882, 107.91. Unfortunately, on a red light, a foul button on the left-hand lane, the breakaway boat. Boat 310, one Destiny in the right lane with an 8.80. At 114.35 miles an hour. The sound one, what you satisfaction 076 on the right side. I believe that was Dean Nickerson in the left-hand lane. And if it is who I think it would, no, unfortunately he has a problem. He had a red light on that. Man, he had a good run, too. He went 142.40, a 752, but that was a red light on that run in the left-hand lane for Dean Nickerson out of Bristol.
Well, I guess we're not going to get a speeder and ET from him in the right-hand lane. Satisfaction.
Engine and Marine is crews Dave Warnham and Earl Cooper, left lane 376. 408, just another joy in right lane. In fact, you know, it didn't look like just another toy. It looks like they got a wing on it. I don't think they had that on there before, did they, Alan? New addition to that machine. So, boat 408, right lane with a 767 at 130.05 miles an hour. And I should mention their sponsors, Dave's Custom Woodworking, Greg Weaver's Snap-on Tools, Clovis Custom Wheel, Mapco Construction, Charles McMurray Company, Western States Plumbing, Jerry's Paint Shop, and Darkside Window Tinting, and Cajun Boats, along with GSM Motors and Gary Williams Cabs. And a special thanks to the crew. And I should mention Dave Conference had a good run going for him there, Gary. Yes, he certainly did. Bill Cooper's boat, 774 his ET, 130. Steve and Kathy Caccialetto of South San Francisco, the owners.
Nasty Habits in the wet dream.
The nickname of this man, and he can do it. Nasty Habit, 367 in the right lane.
Both folks.
Left-hand lane. He missed it by 100. He needed a 7:43. He won a 7:44. 7:44 for the wet dream boat. 139.31 his mile an hour, and that, I believe, I'm not positive, but unofficially, I think that's a record leg on the mile an hour record.
So the Screamin' Steven driven Nasty Habit boat, 367 to the right side with a 760 at 133.53. Vic Hubbard, Grom Racing, John Benson Racing Engines, and Sports Special thanks to Pat.
Okay, we got the Tough Toy boat 420 and Uptight 501 approaching the lights. Pro gas flat.
This is a Pro Gas flat machine.
Last night, they were changing motors. Tough Toy's got a problem. Too bad for Ron Sapp. He's always a strong runner in the Pro Gas flat division.
Uptight, the boat in the right lane, number 501, goes through with a ET of 8.18 at 126.22.
Left-hand lane, Tough Toy, obviously having some problems after the start line there. Decided to take it easy on the way down.
Okay, this is the last pair. The Virginian and Unaffordable in Pro Gas flat. There's 12 boats qualifying in this class so far today.
Rich Bruce out of Firebird. Left-hand lane getting there first, sponsored by Rich Bruce Excavating, Klein Automotive, and Gary Williams Carburetors, I guess. It's a cool boat, 499-inch Pontiac. Clicks the lights off, an 812. His ET, 128.93 for the left-hand lane.
The David Keys machine, boat A080, that's 080, with an 808 ET at 125.17. And that was the Greens Automotive Key Trucking.
Okay, here we go with first round today of Pro Gas Jet. We got El Quico and the Boys Toy.
Answered 150.
Driving El Quico Pro Gas Jet in the left
lane. The El Quico boat, number 551, left lane, an 821 at 121.78.
Good run.
The Boys Toy, boat 150 in the right lane of Marvin Cobalt, goes through with a 887 at 109.22 miles an hour.
Okay, second pairing in Pro Gas Jet is out of the blue, 713, and Head Over Hills, boat 69. 16 boats in this class.
A time of 8:31 at 120.64 miles an hour for the out of the blue boat, number 713.
Head Over Heels was in the left-hand lane, an 813, 119.36 for John Dyer.
Good numbers.
Device, home and safety ratchet device, Schmidt Automotive, Clark's Head Service, and Kelly Wiggins Furniture. Left lane, an 826, 121.45 is mile an hour for boat 246.
Out of the right lane, boat 403, the Texas Thunder, Woody Martin owned, James Dumas driven machine, goes through with an 823 at 123.62. That's the Martin Motors, Custom Auto Sales, Hancock's Paint and Body, Mike's Pump and Speed, USA Racing Engines in Holland. Holland? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Harry Dillon out of Dallas, Texas. 500 cubic inch Pontiac. Sucked some gas and hauled it down that time. 8:29. A 121.78 mile an hour clip, boat 90, Performance Jet Boats of Dallas. Special thanks to the Pegasus machine from the sucking gas and hauling crew.
Richard Kirshner, left lane, an 862 ET, a mile an hour of 120.16 for that 500-inch Donovan-powered El Boto. Richard Kirshner, as I said, all the way from Jeffersonville, Indiana, long haul. I know.
Contagious machine out of the right side, number 252, the Joan Cost and Dan Martz owned. Dan Martz driven, Texas Tunnel by Earl Smith in the right side. Advantageous took advantage of that run in 8:45 at a 111.24 mile an hour clip. And the sponsors for the Jet Boat Specialist, the Monmouth, Illinois Singleton High Performance, Williams Carburation, and Advantage Racing Specialties. The boat's for sale. If you're interested in a Pro-Gas jet, advantageous.
Boat number 727, Jay Wisner's boat, the Altered Ego in the left-hand lane, 111.24 is mile an hour. His elapsed time, an 863. 863 is elapsed time. IML Vending Company, LCK.
Okay, we got Dynamite and Sunday Showdown, two top runners.
Number 621, left lane.
Sunday Showdown, 680 out of the right side.
Left-hand lane, One Destiny, just smoking her down the course, an 825 at 122.28 in the speed department. One Destiny, number 621, was in the left lane.
Sunday Showdown, Ron Pitts, the owner, and Bill Hunter driven. Boat 680 goes through with an 839 at 119.68 miles an hour. That's the Showtime Marine Cola 500 cubic inch Pontiac.
Coming up in the left-hand lane, it's the Gambler, JP Marine, the owner, Joe Podwosky, the driver. This is the only 8-0 run so far today in the Pro-Gas Jet qualifying, an 8:05, 124.65 in the left-hand lane for the Gambler. Joe Podwosky, the driver, JP Marine, the owner, sponsored by JP Marine, IHBA record holder, this gentleman is, as well as Kendall and Bassett. He's out of Lakeside, California.
Number 809 on the right side, the Timberjack machine with an 840 at 115.82 miles an hour.
Just pumping.
Cheap Trick out of the right side, number 893. Mike Lancaster, he's out of Elrod, Alabama. 500 cubic inch Rodex Chevrolet. Lancaster and Sons Trucking Company sponsored. Boat 893 in the right lane. Cheap Trick machine. And a red light, got there first, but an 860 at 115.97.
In the left-hand lane, Sal Durenzi clicked the lights off, an 846. His elapsed time, his mile an hour was 114.5, 114.50. Out of Hermiston is the sponsor. He's only been running about 7-1, 7-2 so far.
First round, Pro-Gas Hydro.
Left-hand lane, a 723, his ET, 149 miles an hour. I don't know if that's going to put him in the running for the finals on this. They're going to...
So the Phantom machine, number 309, again, having some problems, losing power at about, looks like about 100 feet off the starting line. It only goes through at 2885, got the mile an hour up at 1:15:23. What, Alan?
75 is back in black. Kenny Sayers out of Houston in his watercraft. 500-inch Chevrolet, RJM Enterprises, and KS Racing, the sponsors.
So the right lane, the Tin Indian, Jim Serdam out of Canoga Park, California. The boat 347 goes through at a 7:49 at 144.46 miles an hour. That was the Iski Cams, Bill Hyatt Machine, Rancho Auto Parts, Western Performance sponsored machine.
Kenny Sayers, left-hand lane, an 8:01, 141.73, his mile an hour.
This boat, number 290, the NAC Motorsports in Bridgeview, Illinois-based machine.
Left lane, he got out of it about quarter track, got back into it, got back out of it at half track, kept his foot into it after that, and still ran a 6.74. That's a good run. 161.87 miles an hour, left lane for the contender.
The Richard Bach rode hard and put up wet machine, number 290, with a 7:05 at 157.06 on the miles an hour.
Okay, we got American Express.
Flustration machine in the right lane with a 6:64 at 166.66.
Left-hand lane, the American Express boat, Terry Schmidt, the owner and driver, 7:20, the elapsed time, 153.84, the mile an hour.
Blown gas fluorine, Grom Racing Heads, Casale Engineering, Sports Gasoline, and a special thanks to James Brendel. It's the IHBA ET record holder.
Hot-blooded and stepping out.
Hot-blooded it was. The run in the right lane with a 6:52, 164.83 for boat 709.
And that, I might add, is only 500ths off the record right now. Stepping out in the left-hand lane, boat number 45, 157.61, and his ET was a 7:01 for Josh Phillips, left-hand lane. Left lane, the special occasions boat. Left lane, Ernie Wilford Special Occasions boat, sponsored by ET Automotive, Precision Pops, Texas Fiberglass, Continental Batteries, and Carries, etc. Out of Dallas, Texas, picked up a did not care. A DNP on that, 725 is ET, 153.06, the mile an hour.
The Manhunter machine in the right lane, boat 795, goes through with a 693 at 153.32. A 693 at 153.32 for Celia Hitch.
Stopped in the middle of the course.
Pick up your radio.
Okay, we got Bad Attitude in the Animal. Pro Gas Hydros a pair.
Good run for Charlie Quisman. Dwayne and Lois are going to be pleased with this. A 6.69. The ET, 166.05, his mile an hour.
Boat 156, the Bad Attitude machine in the right lane, goes through a 7.06 at 157.89 of the miles an hour. Out of the right side will be the 5.
The Norm Grimes Racing Special, boat number 502, with Neil Calvin Klein doing the driving. They're on a record run for the elapsed time, I believe. Cooking.
And just misses backing up that record again. Needed a 649, goes through at a 656 at 167.59. So still, though, we'll have the opportunity actually to.
Okay, that's going to go ahead and end the qualifying here at Firebird International Raceway for the 1989 IHBA World Finals. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning for the first round of eliminations and who's going to decide the 1989 world champions in each class respectively. It's been brought to you by Reading Video Productions. We'll see you in the morning.